Hello and welcome to Gardening at 58 North. In this video I'd like to give you an update on my fuchsia plant here, which I've done a few videos in the past. So what's happening recently is I've done a lot of pruning, because what I was doing is I was training up the stem to come up, then it was to branch around. I then grafted this on the last video so that the stem joins together. You can see there it's made quite a nice graft and it's connected. It then goes up as one stem, and then I had even more branches coming out from the side this way. I had other ones coming forward and backwards, so it was going in 4 directions, and it was just getting really big. You can see how big it is already, and it was just out of control. It was getting too difficult to hold it all together with all the bamboo canes and stuff, and I didn't have the space for it on my balcony either, so I thought, right, I've got to stop doing this and just prune it into a more simple shape, because it was just becoming too unmanageable. And I was just getting a bit too carried away really. So that's what I've done. I've pruned it back. I've taken off a lot of the side shoots, and what I'm going to do now is have a standard, but a standard with an interesting feature where it has a square stem. So what I've done is I've removed all the shoots that were below this top section, and the top section, what I've been doing is I've been nipping out the buds so that they keep branching, getting bushier and bushier. I've now got lots of lovely new growth. I've been feeding it a lot, which is probably why there's a bit of salt residue on the leaves, but it seems to be happy with the feed, and it's started to grow the first flowers, which is good, because there was a while when it wasn't growing any flowers. And I've got some further down here as well. So in this video, all I'll be doing is taking off a few more of the branches, and it's basically just to show you guys how it's looking at the moment and what I plan to do with it in the future. So first of all, these lower branches, I'm just going to pinch them off to 2 leaves on each branch, because I don't need these to branch out, but it is nice to have a little bit of shoot there just in case it flowers, like this one over here. So I am cutting it back so that it can rebranch if it wants to, but as I say, I'm only letting it flower instead of put on a lot of vegetative growth. So I'll cut them all out. That will encourage more growth from the top. This one on the side here, it's only got 2 leaves, so I'll just leave that for now. And it is slowly thickening up, which is good. And then with the top growth, all I'm basically doing is nipping back the shoots so it's branching all the time. So this one, for example, you can see it had 2 leaves there, so I'm pinching it back to the last point with 2 leaves. Similar with this one. That one's got 2 shoots because I've already pinched it out in the past, so I can leave that one. That was the same, but this one up here needs pinching back. And there's one on the side here which I'm also going to pinch to encourage more shoots. And that's all I'm doing. Every time it grows 2 leaves, I'm then pinching it out, and every time you pinch it, it grows 2 more shoots and it gets bushier and bushier. So before, the idea is to have this as a standard fuchsia. So it's going to have a clear stem, and then just going to be a nice bushy bit on the top with the flowers hanging down. Originally I was planning to have it more like an espalier, because the flowers hang down so it's away from the foliage, but it was getting too complicated. I can always turn it back to an espalier if I want to, because as I say, I'm keeping these shoots, I'm not cutting them right back to the stem. And if I do get a house, I can have more space, then I will have this espalier somewhere, and it'll look really nice, I think. But that's it for now, and I'll give you guys an update hopefully when these flowers start opening, because this is the voodoo variety, and they're really big blooms. They're going to be almost the size of my palm when they finally open, so that should look nice. And that's all for now with the fuchsia, and thanks again for watching.